There are a number of fundamental exercises that every individual over the age of 60 ought to incorporate into their daily routine. They require neither a gym nor expensive equipment and can be performed safely within the comfort of one's own home. Despite their simplicity, these movements have profound effects on the body. They strengthen the legs, restore balance, improve circulation, and significantly reduce the risk of falls, fractures, and potentially life-threatening conditions such as thrombosis. Practiced consistently, they function almost like natural medicine, safeguarding muscles, bones, the cardiovascular system, and even cognitive function. Aging does not automatically condemn a person to weakness, pain, or dependence. The human body retains a remarkable capacity for adaptation well into later life, provided it is given the appropriate stimulus. One of the most essential movements for maintaining independence is the squat. This exercise activates nearly every major muscle group in the lower body, including the quadriceps, hamstrings, gluteal muscles, and lower back. After the age of 60, muscle loss accelerates, particularly in the legs, which explains why many older adults begin to walk more slowly or rely on support when standing. Squatting directly counters this decline by restoring strength, stability, and confidence. It can be adapted to suit all ability levels, using a chair or wall for assistance. With time, this movement makes rising from a chair, climbing stairs, and walking far less demanding. Balance, though often overlooked, is equally vital. It is the foundation of safe movement and personal confidence. When balance deteriorates, fear quickly follows, leading people to restrict their activities and gradually withdraw from daily life. Balance training retrains the nervous system to respond swiftly and efficiently, allowing the body to recover from slips or uneven surfaces before a fall occurs. Importantly, this form of training also benefits the brain. Challenging balance stimulates communication between the muscles, joints, and central nervous system, strengthening neural pathways involved in coordination, focus, and memory. Research has shown that older adults who regularly practice balance exercises demonstrate improved cognitive clarity and a reduced risk of dementia. Thus, balance training preserves not only physical stability but also mental sharpness. Equally important, though frequently neglected, is the strengthening of the calves. Among medical professionals, the calf muscle is often referred to as the body's second heart. Each contraction of this muscle assists in pumping blood from the lower limbs back towards the heart, preventing stagnation in the veins. When this mechanism weakens, blood begins to pool in the legs, leading to swelling, discomfort, varicose veins, and an increased risk of dangerous blood clots. Regular calf raises activate this natural pump, improving circulation and reducing heaviness in the legs. Performed daily, they also enhance walking endurance and provide vital support to the ankles, reducing the likelihood of imbalance. Hip raises, commonly known as glute bridges, play a critical role in maintaining posture and spinal integrity. The gluteal muscles and lower back form the structural base of the body. When they weaken, posture collapses, back pain develops, and simple movements such as standing up become difficult. Hip raises restore strength to this foundation, allowing the body to remain upright, stable, and efficient in its movements. Strong hips support safer walking, easier stair climbing, and a reduced risk of lower back injury, making this exercise indispensable for long-term mobility. Side leg raises further enhance stability by strengthening the muscles responsible for lateral balance. These muscles are essential for supporting the body during walking, particularly when weight shifts from one leg to the other. Many falls occur not because of slipping, but because the hips fail to stabilize the body in time. This simple exercise reinforces that stability, making everyday movement safer and more controlled. Together, these movements form a comprehensive routine for healthy aging. They address the very systems that decline most rapidly with time: strength, balance, posture, circulation, and coordination. Performed regularly, they reduce pain, sharpen the mind, and restore confidence. The key is not intensity, but consistency. Small efforts, repeated daily, accumulate into lasting strength. Each repetition is a reminder that improvement remains possible at any age. Aging is inevitable, but decline is not. By choosing to move each day, even for a few minutes, one can preserve independence, dignity, and quality of life well into later years. Take a moment to consider how quietly the body changes with time. Aging rarely arrives in dramatic moments. It does not announce itself. Instead, it whispers. It appears in the morning stiffness that lasts a little longer than it used to, in the slight hesitation before standing up, in the way the feet no longer move quite as confidently as before. These changes are subtle, almost easy to ignore, but they accumulate, and one day, without noticing the exact moment it happened, a person realizes their world has become smaller, not because they chose it, but because the body slowly stopped cooperating. But that belief is not supported by science, and it is not supported by human physiology. The purpose of the movements you are learning is not to reverse time, but to restore function, to remind the body of what it was designed to do, to wake up systems that have gone quiet, not because they are broken, but because they have been unused. This is the most important truth to understand. The body is not fragile, it is responsive, it listens, and when you begin to move with intention, it responds. Strength is not something that belongs to the young. Strength is a biological response to demand. If you place demand on muscle, bone, and nerve, they adapt. If you remove that demand, they weaken. This rule never changes, regardless of age. What does change is how that demand must be applied. After 60, the body thrives on simplicity. It responds best to slow, controlled, consistent movements performed regularly and with care. This is why complex routines and intense workouts often fail in later life. They exhaust rather than strengthen. They intimidate rather than encourage. But simple movements done daily are different. They build capacity without stress. They restore confidence without fear. They rebuild the foundation of movement. When you perform a squat, even a shallow one, something remarkable happens. Your legs wake up. The muscles around your hips and knees begin to communicate again. The nervous system relearns how to coordinate movement. You are not just bending your knees. You are teaching your body how to stand, how to sit, how to support itself. You are practicing independence. At first, the movement may feel uncertain. You may need to hold onto a chair. You may feel stiffness or hesitation. That is not weakness. That is the body remembering, and with each repetition, the memory becomes clearer. The movement becomes smoother. One day you notice that standing up feels easier. Another day you realize you no longer think about it at all. That is progress. Quiet, steady, undeniable. Balance works in the same way. It is not something you lose forever. It is something you stop practicing. When you stand on one leg, the body enters a conversation. The brain sends signals. The muscles respond. The joints adjust. The eyes, inner ear, and nervous system work together to keep you upright. This is not just exercise. This is training the body to protect you. When balance declines, fear takes its place. People begin to move cautiously. They stop walking alone. They avoid stairs. They stay inside more often. And the more they avoid movement, the worse balance becomes. It is a quiet trap, but it can be reversed. Every time you practice balance, you teach the body to respond instead of freeze. You rehearse safety. And over time, fear fades, replaced by trust in your own ability to move. What many people do not realize is that balance training also sharpens the mind. When the body balances, the brain must work harder. Neural pathways become stronger. Reaction time improves. Focus sharpens. Memory benefits. Studies have shown that older adults who regularly practice balance exercises maintain better cognitive function and experience lower rates of decline. In this way, balance training becomes a form of brain training. It is protection for the body and the mind. Medical professionals refer to them as the second heart for a reason. Every time you lift your heels, the calf muscles contract and push blood upward from the legs toward the heart. Without this pumping action, blood pools in the lower limbs, legs become heavy, swelling appears, circulation slows, and over time the risk of clots increases. When you perform calf raises, you activate this natural pump. Blood begins to move again, the legs feel lighter. Warmth returns, energy improves. This is not cosmetic. It is life-supporting. Strong calves improve circulation, protect the veins, reduce swelling, and support the heart. They also protect the ankles, which are essential for balance. Many falls occur not because someone slips, but because the ankle fails to stabilize the body in time. Strong calves create a stronger foundation. Hip strength is just as essential. The hips are the center of gravity. They support posture, walking, and stability. When the gluteal muscles weaken, the body collapses inward. Posture suffers. The lower back begins to ache. Standing up becomes difficult. Walking becomes unstable. The hip raise restores this foundation. By lifting the hips and engaging the glutes, you reconnect the body to its base. You teach it to support itself again. Over time, posture improves without conscious effort. The body stands taller. The chest opens. Breathing becomes easier. Energy increases. This is not coincidence. When the body is aligned, every system functions more efficiently. Oxygen delivery improves. Circulation improves. Fatigue reduces. The body begins to feel younger, not because time has reversed, but because function has returned. Side leg raises further strengthen stability. These muscles control the pelvis during walking. They keep the body upright when weight shifts from one leg to the other. Weakness here is a common cause of falls. Strengthening these muscles creates confidence in every step. The movement becomes smoother, quieter, more controlled. As days turn into weeks, something remarkable begins to happen. Movement no longer feels like effort. It becomes natural again. You walk more without thinking. You stand more easily. You move through your home with less hesitation. The body stops complaining. And when the body complains less, the mind becomes calmer. Fear is replaced by trust. Hesitation is replaced by confidence. And this change does not happen suddenly. It happens quietly, one movement at a time. This is how independence returns. There is also something deeply psychological about this process. When you regain physical control, you regain emotional control. Each small victory, standing without support, balancing a little longer, doing a few more repetitions, sends a message to the mind. It says, I am still capable. I am still improving. I am not finished yet. This message is powerful. It counters anxiety. It reduces discouragement. It restores self-esteem. These movements also bring structure to the day. In later life, When responsibilities change and time becomes less defined, routine becomes essential. A daily movement practice provides rhythm. It creates purpose. It gives shape to the day. It is a small appointment with yourself, and each time you keep it, you reinforce the belief that your life is still active, still meaningful, still under your control. The beauty of this routine is that it requires no special space. It can be done in the kitchen, beside the bed, or near a chair. It can be woven into daily life. Standing up becomes training. Waiting becomes balance practice. Sitting becomes an opportunity to move the calves. Health is no longer something separate. It becomes part of living. To feel the muscles working. This is not a race. This is maintenance of life itself. There is no prize for speed. There is only reward for consistency. The body learns through repetition, not force. There will be days when motivation is low. That is normal. Do not wait for motivation. Begin anyway. Even one movement is enough to keep the habit alive. And once the habit is alive, improvement is inevitable. The body responds quickly when given consistent signals. Strength builds, balance returns, confidence grows. Over time you may notice changes you did not expect. Better sleep, improved mood, more energy, less stiffness in the morning. These are signs that movement is influencing every system in the body. This is why movement is medicine. It touches everything. And unlike medication, it has no side effects. Imagine yourself months from now, walking without fear, standing without effort, moving through your home with confidence, going out alone, traveling. Not strength for performance, but strength for life. Aging does not mean retreating. It means adapting intelligently. It means supporting the body so it can continue to carry you forward. Every movement you make today is a vote for the future you want to live in. Begin gently. Begin where you are. Begin today. The body will meet you there. And if you give it a few minutes each day, it will give you years of independence in return. Another movement that deserves attention is gentle spinal mobility. Many older adults lose freedom of movement in the spine without realizing it. The back becomes stiff, rotation becomes limited, and everyday tasks like turning to look behind or reaching for something become uncomfortable. A simple seated twist can restore this mobility. Sitting tall on a chair, place one hand on the opposite knee and slowly turn your upper body to the side. Hold for a few breaths, then return to center. This movement nourishes the spine, improves circulation to the nervous system, and reminds the body that it is meant to move in all directions, not just forward. Equally valuable is shoulder mobility. The shoulders tend to tighten with age, especially in people who spend time sitting or using their hands in front of the body. This tightness can lead to neck pain, headaches, and difficulty lifting the arms. Slow shoulder circles, performed gently while standing or seated, help release tension and restore range of motion. As you move the shoulders, breathe deeply and allow the chest to open. Over time, this improves posture and makes daily activities like dressing or reaching overhead far easier and more comfortable. Another overlooked but essential exercise is controlled marching in place. This movement strengthens the hips, improves coordination, and reinforces balance in a functional way. Holding onto a chair or wall for support, slowly lift one knee, lower it, and then lift the other. This simple action mimics walking but allows you to focus on control and stability. With regular practice, it improves confidence when stepping forward, climbing stairs, or walking on uneven ground. Breathing exercises also deserve a place in any routine for longevity. As posture improves and the body becomes more upright, deep breathing becomes easier and more effective. Sitting comfortably, place one hand on the chest and one on the abdomen. Inhale slowly through the nose, allowing the belly to rise, then exhale gently through the mouth. This calms the nervous system, reduces stress, and improves oxygen delivery to every cell. Good breathing supports heart health, brain function, and emotional balance, making it just as important as physical movement. Finally, gentle hand and grip exercises should not be ignored. Grip strength is strongly linked to independence and even longevity. Squeezing a soft ball or towel, opening and closing the hands slowly, and stretching the fingers help maintain strength and coordination. This makes everyday tasks such as cooking, carrying items, and opening doors easier and safer. Strong hands mean independence remains intact in even the smallest daily actions. These additional movements complete the picture of a truly whole-body routine. They care for the spine, shoulders, hips, breathing, and hands, ensuring that no part of the body is left behind. When combined with leg strength, balance, circulation, and posture training, they create a system of movement that supports not just survival, but comfort, confidence, and dignity in daily life.